Aquascaping is a relatively new term referring to the up-and-coming hobby of owning a planted freshwater aquarium. Takashi Amano, the most well-known aquascaper, first made this hobby popular in his home country of Japan. It has since spread throughout the world in popularity, and many people are attempting to own such aquariums for themselves. However, before diving into this activity, one must understand 4 basic principles to owning a freshwater planted aquarium, including proper light, substrate, CO2 or carbon dioxide, and fertilizer. Light is the most essential nutrient for any plant. In nature, light source is the sun. Plants take in this sunlight through their leaves, and it helps them grow through the process of photosynthesis. However, in a planted aquarium, seen here, light is not available through the sun. An artificial source must be created. According to Drs. Foster and Smith, a planted aquarium needs between 2 to 5 watts per gallon to be effective. Lights come in a variety of forms. Most popular, the fluorescent light. These lights are popular with most aquariums, however, they do not provide enough light to sustain a planted aquarium. For planted aquariums, lights such as the T5 high output, which are 2 times as bright as that of a fluorescent, are adequate and very popular. You may also see power compact, metal halide, and now even LED lighting systems have become popular. LEDs are nice because they last about 20 times longer than that of fluorescent, and they use much less energy. However, they have not been studied enough to be deemed adequate for the planted aquarium. You generally want between 6 to 10 hours of light on your tank per day. Any less, and your plants may not have enough to survive. Any more, and you risk the chance of an algae bloom. The next essential principle to a planted tank is its substrate. The substrate is what the plants are planted in and their roots grow in. Few basic substrates out there may include EcoComplete, which has all of the basic nutrients, minerals, and essential bacteria for plant health. There's also fluorite, which is high in iron, an essential nutrient. Many people are also opting to use regular soil. Now, when purchasing soil, you got to be careful in buying soil that does not have any preservatives or fertilizers, as this may cause an unbalance in the water column and could lead to an algae outbreak. Next important feature to a planted aquarium is CO2, or carbon dioxide. Just like sunlight, carbon dioxide is a key factor in a plant's process of photosynthesis. Without it, no plant could survive. In nature, CO2 occurs naturally. We breathe it out. However, underwater, it's more difficult to come by, just like light. According to the plantedtank.net, a planted aquarium needs between 25 to 30 parts per million of CO2. There are a variety of forms of CO2 available. Most commonly is liquid CO2. Those venturing to be more experimental are trying a do-it-yourself form of CO2, which uses yeast, which when it metabolizes sugar, naturally gives off CO2. This can then be captured and injected into the tank. For more sophisticated planted aquariums, pressurized CO2 tanks are very popular. However, these systems can be expensive and require more precise measurements. Finally, we'll talk about fertilizer. Fertilizer, just like vitamins, is essential to the body of any plant. Inadequate amount of fertilizer can lead to poor health. you'll see yellowing leaves, thin leaves, even decaying leaves without enough fertilizer. There are two forms. There are macronutrients, which include potassium, nitrate, phosphorus, sulfur, and carbon, as we mentioned earlier. There are also micronutrients, including iron, boron, zinc, manganese, and magnesium. Fertilizers come in two forms. Most popular form is liquid fertilizer, seen here. Liquid fertilizer is nice for the beginner because it's already pre-mixed and it has a dosing schedule right on the bottle. More sophisticated fertilizers are the dry fertilizers. These are less expensive because they come in bulk. However, they are more difficult to dose, and an improper dosage can lead to many problems within the tank. Takashi Amano is regarded as the godfather and master of aquascaping. However, with a basic understanding of these four basic principles, just about anyone can become an amateur aquascaper.